This episode, we're going to talk about environment, and it's really important for ADHDers to see what type of environment they are surrounded by. Right? I went into the office. I used to work in the corporate world. I was a manager, and left that role to work on my business, ADHD Dizzle, right? And Um, there was obviously some factors as well that made me do my unpaid leave, which I mentioned in the episode before. But me going back into the office, I had a lot of anxiety going back into the office, and I think because my internal dialogue was just trying to, oh, who's gonna be there? Is anyone gonna be like, I don't know, a bit funny that I've been off, and like, obviously they've been working really hard because me being away wasn't a very good move in terms of the business. Obviously, it must have affected a lot of people, me not being there anymore, right? So yeah, like I just had a little bit of guilt around that, but there was just also a lot of things running the shows. Like, how am I going to feel going back? It's been 1 year. I've not been in an office or been in an environment that's like the corporate world, and like, what's that going to feel like going back in it as an outsider, right? And I went there and I was just looking around, like, and obviously I wasn't doing too much observing, but I was just like kind of feeling the energy of the environment, and it just felt very, um, it just felt very close-minded. I'm not saying the people were in there that they are close-minded. I'm just saying that it felt like it just occurred like I'm talking about my perspective of what it was like for me. So I was picturing myself like in the environment, like that's where I was. Okay, everyone else is there for their reasons, right? But I was there to survive. Like, I thought that was the only way that I could survive is working in this environment. This is what's going to pay my bills and my mortgage, and uh, yeah, I've got nothing better to give other than this. So I've got to settle with this, right? That was the context I was coming from, right? And I was looking around, and I was like, I was in this environment for over 10 years, man. Like, and I was noticing why I was stuck. I was stuck because I was in that environment constantly. And it's an environment that is a lot of a lot of people are frustrated. They feel that they are, like, you've got a mixture of people that have just had enough. Maybe they've been there too long. Some of them are quiet quitting. Some of them have just started. Some people are overwhelmed because they've got more work than others, right? So some departments might be just like not enough staff, right? So we're in this environment where it's just like very just fast paced, but also very just um is very much just we need to get through this day, we need to get through this and go, and then we can go home and we can relax, and we're extremely tired because it was a long day. That it's like I was in that environment, and just realizing that that's the whole thing that was holding me back the whole time. The whole time was that I was just in that environment, knowing that I didn't want to be in that environment, and just too scared to accept that I need to take myself from out of it to progress on this journey. That was the biggest wake up call for me. It's like there's nothing wrong with working in a 9 to 5 and then building something on the side, and then when that thing works out on the side, then you leave. Like, I get all that, right? But I just feel like the move that I did wasn't that, right. It's the move that I thought I had to do was, yeah, just build up an emergency fund. Yeah, just keep doing a bit of this and a bit of this at the same time and work, and then leave. This is a mindset that needs to change, and had to change for me, right? Because I'll give you an example, is that a lot of us feel like something has to happen for, I'm not ready yet, we'll say, right? We're not ready yet to take action. And what I'm trying to say is that sometimes you just have to take action whether you're ready or not, right? Me doing it now and leaving a 9 to 5 corporate world today versus a year ago, The only difference is it had been 1 year. That's the only difference. It had felt the same. I'd have felt shit just like I felt when I left a year ago. The guilt a year ago, and oh man, what's gonna happen? I'd have felt that the same if I'd done it a year later, right? The only difference is I'd have had a whole year of still being in that environment, and it'd been still holding me back because that environment is very, very draining. There was not much time for me to put into the skill set that I put into this whole year, that I've been putting in to learning about many things. I learned a lot of things in this year that I've been off outside of the corporate world. I learned a lot of skill sets. I learned a lot about how to listen to others attentively, and how to listen to how what's going on for the other person, and um, sales. Like, and I don't even see like I told you before in the last thing. It's like I don't see sales as how used to see sales. Right? I had a very bad relationship with money, so sales just come across as like you're trying to get something from someone else. That's what the context was, right? And the context is not like that for me at all anymore. It's more, how can I get this person an outcome, and visualizing everything that they tell me and just what I'm going to do to help them get the outcome. Like, that's what the sales calls for me. It's like, yeah, I could definitely picture me helping this person. Like, yeah, this framework's gonna help them there, that's gonna help them there. Yeah, I remember when that happened to me. Yeah, I could tell them how I navigated that. Like, that's sales for me, right? But if I didn't have a year, and it's not a full year that took me to that, but if I didn't get a year to just like learn, take actions on stuff, to be able to get to the point I am today and the clarity that I have today, it would have taken me longer to leave that environment that I was in, right? Because one of my colleagues that I saw said that things got a lot busier, it's a lot harder right now. And I just feel like I just would have given up ADHD Dizzle, man. So I just want that to land with you. Like, if you've ever watched any of my content, or you've watched anything that I've done, and you felt like, thank you, Mike, like, we need to hear that, just know that I almost stopped that from happening for you, right? And it doesn't mean that you won't have come across the content from someone else or anything, right? But I just feel like what my mission is to create pieces of material that helps people take action. It's the only thing that we should be doing as ADHD is just like going with our gut and taking action on stuff, and being okay with the result. What our problem is that we get rejection sensitive. We feel like imposters, and we use all these little terms that make us feel like we're not ready for taking action, when we are. You're ready to take action when you bought those 10 courses last year that didn't do anything for your life. They're actually still not been opened yet, right? You took action, right? Was you ready then? Right? It's like we have a trait that is extremely powerful. We just need to we need to just point it in the right direction. And what I was doing is I was using hyper focus in an environment that wasn't for me. So it was just amplifying that experience of that. So like I just got stuck. I got stuck in this bubble. I was in this bubble, and I couldn't get out of I couldn't see that I was in the bubble, right? I come out the bubble now, and I'm hyper focusing on impact, my vision for others, my business idea, like how I want to show up online, how I want to do my videos, how I want to create material. Like, I'm focusing on that aspect, and now it's building a life that is purpose driven, right? I'm saying this because environment is extremely important, and I need to build ADHD Digital Academy to make sure that the environment just makes you it's just contagious. I want you to just be around people that are just successful, man. Like, not anyone's coming into ADHD Digital Academy. I'm telling you right now, I don't want anyone with this bullshit mentality. Like, you're gonna have to qualify to come in, right? That's the first thing. And I don't even know when it's gonna be there and ready for the public. But what I do know is that anyone that I'm working with, my clients, are going to have access to it. And I'm going to make sure that I'm just going to just drill in their brain, like the power of this brain that we have, this wiring that we have.